I'm here in Kinderhook, New York to track the days of our lives with artist Fern Apfel. One letter at a time. Let's go.
I collect kind of well-loved and beaten-up things. I work on wood panels, and I paint old letters, old envelopes. I use acrylic paint, and because I tape the edges, and the acrylic paint stays, kind of collects along the edges, and so it gives it this very slight three-dimensional look. People think I collage it, so I have taken to, when I'm in shows or have to write a statement or talk about my work, I'm always saying it's not collage, it's all hand done. I always work from an actual thing, an actual letter, an actual diary. I would, haunt old bookstores and antique shops or flea markets and just start picking up all this old stuff. I gradually start painting it, and then I did go through a stage where I was taking very old books and cutting out words and collaging it. Okay, and actually creating my own stories from words. When I was collaging things, I was trapped by the color of the paper or the type of type. And so when I started doing this work, it was an enormous amount of freedom. The background could be anything I wanted it to be. The type and the lettering could be anything I wanted it to be. So it was just like an enormous freedom. I do all the lettering freehand. I use this Nichibam tape. It's this very thin tape from Japan. And I mark the top and the bottom of the line, make it even, and it'll stay straight. During COVID, I have happily discovered, eBay and Etsy, and I'm actually getting things from all over the world. I just got a pack of old cards from Lithuania. I've gotten things from Russia. I've gotten things from Yugoslavia and Croatia and France. COVID has transformed some of what I'm thinking about too, because particularly when COVID started almost a year ago now, that people were putting up, counting the days. So they were saying day one of lockdown, and I did this, and day two, and literally counting the days. And I started thinking about how the days have become very precious, and how the diaries, whether it's during COVID now or whether some of the diaries 100 years ago, people were doing the same things. This it was a booklet of handwritten music. I was a student, and they were studying music. I had a letter from a mom to her son, and it was in, late 1800s. And she's saying to her son, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Why don't you come over for dinner? Things like that. And it's the same exact thing that a mom today would, maybe instead they'd text it or email it, but it's the same. It's very timeless, and I find that very poignant. There's a letter. It was a young woman who was studying dance in New York City, and she was writing home to her mom. She talks about, building the new Lincoln Center, and she talks about her dancing classes and her toe shoes and what she had for breakfast. I get amazingly emotionally involved in what this letter is saying. But the other thing that I have to always remember is that I'm making a painting. And so you can fall too much in love with the material, and you can't forget that you're making a painting, and it needs to work visually. I always like to think that in this digital age, when emails are quickly read and deleted, that these paper keepsakes have lasted through time, and they're actually, they're actual written records of life, and I don't know if we'll have that from this time.